Yo, what is going on, you guys? This is Gaming with Sal and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I'm actually not really going to be talking about the huge update that just came to Black Ops 4. And if you guys aren't aware, this update basically brought a lot of weapon tunings, a lot of new game modes, a lot of different changes to the score streaks, perks, all that kind of stuff, and changes not just for the multiplayer, but for Blackout and zombies as well. So if you guys want to go ahead and take a look at exactly what things have come to the game and what changes have been made to all three different modes, I will leave a link in the description below where you guys can go basically read an article that consists of all the changes that have come to Black Ops 4. I would have actually loved to make a video about it, but the problem is that by the time I'm done making the video, you probably have already seen this update from another YouTuber or from like an article that you found yourself. And on top of that, the video would have been like 25 minutes long if I covered every single detail, which is way too long for my taste and something that just seems kind of boring to me. So I'd rather have you guys read upon that yourselves, and I'll leave the link in the description below once again. But anyways, right now I want to go ahead and talk about something that got added to Black Ops 4 not too long ago and could possibly maybe cause a lot of issues in the near future if this doesn't get addressed. And let me go ahead and explain what that is. It's basically the addition of the black market, which is a heavily inspired battle pass system from a game such as Fortnite, in which we have different tiers that we got to go through, and every single time you progress through a new tier, you would get a new cosmetic reward that could include something like a gesture, a sticker, a weapon variant, anything along the lines of that. Now, when this was first introduced, a lot of people really liked this idea, and some even suggested that this could save Black Ops 4 and Call of Duty altogether, because within this system, you would know exactly when you're going to get certain items and how much time you have to put into the game to be able to get it. And not to mention, all you have to do is play the game in order to unlock some of these rewards. So as an example, suppose you want a weapon variant for the ICR and it's locked behind, I don't know, maybe tier 50. You know you're going to have to keep playing until you hit tier 50, and that's exactly when you're going to get that weapon variant for the ICR. Basically, it just seemed like it was an overall better system than past supply drops systems that we've seen in games such as Call of Duty World War II, Infinite Warfare, Black Ops 3, etc. However, when you look more and more deep into it and the way the system works, is it really all that great? Let me explain. First of all, it takes way too long to level up each of the tiers within the Battle Pass system. At the moment that I'm recording this video, there's two events that are going on within the Battle Pass system, or the black market, and that is Operation First Strike and the Halloween event. Now, surprisingly, even though it's been taking a long time to level up these tiers, it seems like that I will be able to unlock everything that the Halloween event had to offer, since there was only 20 tiers to that event. However, Operation First Strike has 200 tiers in total. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give credit where credit is due. Another YouTuber by the name of Nero Cinema went out and did some research on how exactly does the tier system work within the Battle Pass. How exactly can you level it up? And he pretty much found out that you do not need a certain amount of score from every single game you play. You don't need to have a certain amount of kills. Your performance has nothing to do with the way that the Battle Pass levels up, and it's all based on the amount of time you put into the game. And I'm not saying like, oh, you logged onto Black Ops 4 and you're in the main menus and all that counts. No, I'm talking about like when you're actually in a match and playing the game itself. He found out that you need to have 50 minutes total of gameplay time on average to be able to just level up one single tier within the Battle Pass system. So in order to do the math right, let's just say that it takes you about an hour, because in a way you will be waiting in between lobbies and matches, and that will also count towards how fast maybe you can move on to the next tier. So let's just say it takes you about an hour to move from tier 1 to 2, 2 to 3, etc. There are 200 tiers in Operation First Strike, and that means you're going to need a total of around 200 hours to dedicate to this game in order to be able to unlock all the items that Operation First Strike has to offer. And just to do even more math, that equals out to about 8 days worth of playtime. Let that sink in, you guys. Take 8 full days, 24 hours for 8 days straight, and that's how much time you need to put in to be able to unlock everything that operation or event has to offer. That is ridiculous, because people got lives, man. People got social lives, work, school, all that kind of stuff. No one in the right mind has that much time to be able to dedicate to Call of Duty, let alone to any video game, for maybe however long that the event is set to last for. Now, this is where it all begins. I feel like that Activision or Treyarch or whoever it is that decides to make these decisions is doing this on purpose, because in November, if you guys don't know already, Blackjack is about to come back to the game from Black Ops 3 and basically have a full-on black market shop, sort of like how it was back in BO3. And I feel like that's when COD points are going to get thrown into the mix. I feel like that's where reserves, which is equivalent to, I feel like at least, supply drops from past Call of Duties, will be thrown into the mix, where we can possibly buy these reserve drops directly, or maybe use COD points to skip certain tiers within the battle pass system. Because if we take a look at a game like Fortnite, that's exactly what you can do with V-Bucks. You can use V-Bucks to skip certain tiers within the battle pass system for that specific season, and I feel like that the same thing is going to happen with Call of Duty points when it comes to certain events within its black market. Now, hear me out on this. This is where it can get really bad, because suppose they start to add actual new weapons to the game. How is that going to work? Are they going to be locked behind reserve drops where it's based on luck, and if you open up the reserve drop you possibly can get a weapon or you possibly can't? Or is it going to be where those weapons are going to be part of that operation? But what if those weapons are like part of tier 195, 196, 197 out of 200, something crazy like that? And assuming that it takes just as long then to level up the tier as it does now, that's going to be ridiculous. You have to grind so much just to get these new weapons, but then they're going to throw COD points into the mix and tell you guys that, hey, purchase these COD points and you can go ahead and jump straight away to this many tiers, or get past this many tiers so that you're more closer to getting the weapon you want. And in a way, that's basically promoting COD points and trying to get people to buy COD points. And they're doing this on purpose so that people will end up buying these COD points. And I don't know, that's just an assumption, but the reason why I feel like that I'm assuming this is because of all the bad practices that Call of Duty has been part of from past games, and I don't have any doubts that the same thing won't happen again in Black Ops 4. Not trying to be negative, but just trying to be realistic. Now, let me go ahead and give you guys a quick recap. Supply drops and loot boxes are slowly starting to get banned from certain areas of the world. For example, Germany and Hawaii are two places where they don't want to sell video games that engage in loot box systems because they believe it's gambling, and they don't want that for their people. They don't want people to buy games that basically kind of, in a way, encourages them to gamble online. And in a way, supply drops and loot box systems are gambling. That's just my opinion, and that's what I'm going to be sticking to. But the point is, Activision probably saw this and heard about this, and which is why I feel like that's another reason that they made this new battle pass system, because they saw the success Fortnite had with it. And number two, they will be saved from getting deemed as a game where they have gambling loot box systems, because in this, technically, it's not gambling, because you know exactly when you're going to be getting the item, you know exactly how you're going to be getting the item, except they're in control of how long it takes you to get that item. And in order to speed that process up, they're just going to keep advertising COD points and trying to get us to buy COD points and push those microtransactions as much as they can. And there's nothing we can do about it now, because technically it's not gambling anymore. And once again, like I said, these are just assumptions. I don't know how things are going to be going down later on with the black market. Treyarch did say that they're going to add challenges eventually, in which they're going to help us skip some tiers in the battle pass system, and that they're going to be a few accelerators that are going to help us maybe level up the tier systems a little bit more faster, but we don't know how those things are going to work. The only reason I'm bringing up the points that I am right now in this video is, like I said, it's because of the poor decisions that the Call of Duty franchise has been lately making with the past few games, and I don't want that to happen here in Black Ops 4, which is why I'm trying to bring as much awareness as I can. And even though I don't have a big YouTube channel, I still want to spread the word as much as I can, because I don't want something bad like that to happen in Black Ops 4 again, where all of these new items and new weapons are just getting locked behind these different paywalls, which is already ridiculous enough, because if you wanted to buy the game, it cost you $60. You want to get the season pass, it costs you $50. You want to buy COD points because the tier system's taking you too long. How much money are you really going to put into this game? It's ridiculous, especially when their competitors are not even charging any of their consumers for DLC anymore. So I don't know, it's just all over the place right now. The only thing we can do is pretty much just wait until COD points get added into Black Ops 4 and just see how the new black market battle pass system is going to work. I don't know, maybe I could be overthinking it just by a tad bit, but you guys can be the judge of that. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of the black market battle pass system. Do you guys feel like that whatever I'm saying could come true? What do you feel is going to happen later on when COD points get thrown into the mix? How do you feel about them possibly locking weapons in like the later tiers of certain events and operations? I don't know, whatever the case might be, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Me personally, I don't want to make it seem like I am throwing shots at Activision or Treyarch, but I'm just simply going to be calling out exactly what I see, and this is sort of what I'm kind of seeing. So anyways, that's all I have for you guys in this video. So if you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, click the bell icon so you'll never miss an upload, and follow me on my social media accounts to stay connected. Links will always be in the description below, and I will go ahead and talk to you guys in the next one. So take care of yourselves, and bye.